You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, for years now, we have been talking about the transgender invasion of women's sports here on this channel. Now, here in 2025, guys, women seem to be much more comfortable speaking out against the trans invasion in their sport. Considering, what it kind of elevated, since 2021, 2020, summer of love, wokeness, Marxism, implementing every aspect of life, including sports. We saw the rise of Will Leah Thomas come in to women's NCAA swimming and dominate the women, stole an NCAA title, folks. But it's a new day now because UPenn was actually forced to take away all of his records. Yeah, wokeness is dying. Now, what we're going to be talking about here in this video, folks, is we actually have the #1 ranked women's tennis player in the world who has come out and slammed the WTA's policy on transgenders. I didn't know this is actually really a thing, guys. Now, I don't think there's actually any transgenders, as far as we know anyway, on the WTA tour. And it's pretty concerning, guys, because I actually sat down and looked at, tried to find a policy from the WTA. And yeah, transgenders are actually allowed to play in women's tennis. Like I said, there's probably several thousand women on the tennis tour. So not really sure if any of them are actually trans. But it is nice to know, guys, finally, we actually have the #1 ranked women's tennis player speaking out against this nonsense. Now, she's actually going to be playing an exhibition match. I guess it's kind of like a modern day battle of the sexes. But, this isn't trying to prove anything that women are actually better than men in tennis. Because this match, guess what? They are changing the rules. Why? Because Nick Kyrgios is a man. He was a highly ranked men's tennis player. And if he wanted to, I believe Nick Kyrgios is actually retired now. He could actually demolish her sits love in 10 minutes. Remember, Serena Williams actually said that she would actually lose to Andy Roddick. Sits love in like 10 minutes, something like that. Yeah, because it's true. And they have now changed the rules, folks, for this because of that. So let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here, world #1, Aryna Sabalenka rejects WTA's trans policy is not fair on women. Now, this is what I actually found right here, guys. Apparently, this is the trans policy right here. This, according to the AI on Google right here. It says WTA's Women's Tennis Association transgender policy allows trans women, men, to compete if they've identified as female for at least 4 years, have suppressed testosterone levels, and undergoing testing with potential case-by-case medical variations. This balances inclusion with fairness, though policies vary across different tennis bodies like the WTA and ITF. So yeah, they actually allow men to participate in professional women's tennis if they have declared themselves females for at least 4 years. Now, identified as females. Technically, guys, I guess you can identify as a female and not do anything to your body, right? But anyway, right over here, says here, even though they're set to face off against each other in an exhibition match later this month, both Aryna Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios understand the need for sex-based categories in sports. In a new interview with Piers Morgan this week, the women's world #1 was asked directly about trans-identifying male athletes competing in women's tennis. She took a common sense approach, and we actually have it right here, guys. So Piers Morgan is going to ask her, and then Nick Kyrgios also as well, and he's going to agree. So let's go ahead and watch this clip, guys. Here we go.
It has raised the whole question again of this ongoing debate about trans athletes in women's sport because obviously it highlights the physical disparity between men and women. Martina Navratilova, a former number one, obviously like yourself, says it's wrong for the Women's Tennis Association to allow trans women to compete in its events. Do you agree with her?
Well, that's a tricky question. I have nothing to do against them, but I feel like they still got huge advantage over the woman. And I think it's just not fair to a woman to basically face like the biologically man. And then it's, it's not fair. Like the woman been working the whole life to reach her limit, and then she has to face like a man, like which biologically much stronger. So for me, I don't agree with this kind of stuff in sport.
Yeah, Nick, what do you feel? Because I completely concur with what Irina just said.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah. He feels the exact same way. Right now, guys, Rafa Nadal, who retired from tennis, 22 Grand Slams. He actually retired because he actually has a bad hip. He would destroy Sabalenka in 10 minutes also as well right now. And he has a bad hip. I mean, there's just a physical difference here. And Nick Kyrgios agreed. Now, they're going to play each other, but it's just an exhibition, you know. We've seen this before. We've seen Steffi Graf and her husband, Andre Agassi, do this kind of thing before also as well. And Steffi Graf, in my opinion, is the greatest women's tennis player of all time. She can't hang with Pete Sampras. She would get wiped out. And Pete Sampras had a wicked serve. Those men, if you actually look at a men's tennis player's first serve, some of these guys' serves are so wicked, man, they clock in super fast. Sometimes it's so fast that even the men can't return serve, so they get an ace. Women can't do it. So guess what they're doing here in this battle of the sexes match here? They've changed the rules. Look at this here. Sabalenka's side of the court will be reduced by 9% to account for what organizers say is a 9% speed difference between women and men. And check this out. Each player will also receive one serve, a rule aimed at restricting Kyrgios's power and speed advantage. Yeah. If you watch tennis, guys, the first serve is the fastest serve, because if they don't actually get the serve into the box, it's going to be a fault. And so therefore you actually have a second serve. And the second serve is actually going to be slower because they don't want to have a double fault and give the other player a point. So essentially, guys, every serve in this match right here is going to be a second serve. So Nick Kyrgios, just by the rules, is going to be forced to hold back from demolishing the number one women's tennis player in the world because he's just too powerful, man. The rules of this match is going to set him back. It's going to set him back. Now, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to let her get some points in. You know, he's not going to demolish her. It won't be an embarrassment. I mean, but this whole thing is really a stunt. You know, it's just like a goodwill match, nothing more. Because Nick Kyrgios really wanted to, he would crush her. And by the way, Sabalenka wouldn't even be playing this match. She wouldn't. Just an exhibition, you know, something fun to do. But that's about it. It's nothing serious. There's no way in the world she would actually get on a real court with Nick Kyrgios playing by the rules. And also, if you watch professional tennis, guys, when it comes to the Grand Slams, it's best of 5 on the men's side and best of 3 on the women's side. Yeah, definitely biology is a real thing, folks. But gonna leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.